Thank you for your interest in the Masters of Arts of Literacy Education at the University of Northern Iowa. In this brief presentation, you will learn about our program, meet some of our faculty, hear what students say about our programming, and learn how to apply. I'm your speaker, Sarah Vander Zanden. I'm the Graduate Program Coordinator here at the University of Northern Iowa, and I work in literacy education at the undergraduate and graduate level. Our agenda today includes a brief overview of our program, introduction of some of our graduate faculty, information about student feedback and how students move on past the program, information briefly about the University of Northern Iowa distance programs and services, tuition and fees, and the application process. Our program is a 3-year part-time program. It's fully at a distance. We use Zoom and Adobe Connect to connect for synchronous meetings. This video conferencing technology allows for our cohort to see one another, to have conversation, and to collaborate while in the comfort of their home, their classroom, or other settings across the state of Iowa and beyond. We examine current literacy education trends, and we situate those trends historically to support the depth and breadth of content that is involved in literacy education. Later, I'll talk briefly about some of our coursework, but you can see our full program of study online through the Continuing Education website. Our cohort model also allows for structure and freedom. Because we're a cohort, students move through their coursework as a group, class by class, typically 1 class in academic fall and spring semester and 2 courses in the summer. Following through those program courses together allows for some structure and cohesion. We also are really proud to be able to individualize our program so that students may go in depth into a topic of choice. You may complete a thesis or a research paper for your final project on a topic of your choice, supported with an advisor and a second reader. And many courses allow for some investigation of individualized topics within regular course content. So that structure and freedom is very appealing to working professionals, and many of our graduate students are current classroom teachers pursuing graduate work. This is our current literacy education graduate faculty team, including TC there. And I'll briefly talk about some of the areas of interest and expertise that each of these faculty members brings to our program. We have very diverse interests pursued by our faculty. Dr. Wise focuses elementary literacy and upper elementary content literacy. Dr. Gurjar focuses on early literacy, digital literacies, and professional collaboration tools. Dr. Matlub is an expert in children's literature, specifically focusing on multicultural children's literature, digital storytelling, and technology. She herself is a children's author. Dr. Meacham is a secondary expert, focuses on diversity issues in teacher education, multicultural education, and hip-hop integration in literacy education. Dr. Soyeon Meacham focuses on early literacy, language development, and the Reggio Emilia approach to integration of creativity and arts integration in early childhood and primary literacy settings. Dr. Tidwell is our current Associate Dean of the College of Education and also faculty in the Literacy Education Division. Her focus is literacy and bilingual education and reflection and classroom practice. Dr. Forbes is the director of the Jacobson Center for Comprehensive Literacy, and her area of interest falls in reading difficulty, emergent readers, and reading recovery. Dr. Van Meeteren is the current director of the Regents Center for Early Developmental Education. Her area of interest in terms of research is STEM and early literacy and early childhood education. I'm Dr. Sarah Vander Zanden, and my areas of interest are critical literacy, elementary literacy, and teacher preparation, as well as discourse analysis. As you can see and hear, our faculty have a range of interests, and we look forward to working with you around your interests. So what do students do upon graduation? You may have already decided that you want to pursue a graduate degree, but you want to know what that outcome may provide for you. Many of our students earn their reading K-12 specialists as a part of our program and become reading specialists in their area. Some of our students go on to higher education graduate work with the doctoral degree. We have several students in that process right now at different institutions. Some students are interventionists and lead in that process in their school district or school. Many of our graduates are literacy coaches, mentor teachers, and several of our former graduates are current AEA consultants supporting teachers around Iowa. As you can see, students have many opportunities after graduation with a master's degree. So you earn a master's in education, in literacy education, as well as a reading K-12 specialist, depending upon your electives. On the Continuing Ed website, there's a screenshot here that you can see. The full program is laid out so that you can see each course, a brief description, and when it's going to be offered. There are frequently asked questions listed there, next steps, and a brief overview. Our course content begins with methods and materials in literacy education in the fall of 2019. And that course, students will investigate current methods and materials, so how instruction can be delivered and with what materials in different literacy education settings. Then in the spring of 2020, Advanced Literacy Studies is offered, and that's a deep, in-depth examination of literacy research and trends in the field currently. So if you're interested, please go ahead to that page and you can see a full overview of all of the courses, including sociopolitical issues in children's literature, advanced assessment and evaluation, educational research, and many other courses that we offer. UNI at a Distance is well supported at the University of Northern Iowa. Distance education can take many forms, from online discussion to face-to-face Zoom meetings, and the distance education folks at UNI are extremely supportive of our program as well as other programs on campus. Their mission is to expand access to high-quality educational opportunities through the use of methods and technologies to provide the best support possible. We have a great working relationship with the UNI at a Distance, and I highly encourage you to ask questions about how they can support you as a distance ed graduate student. Graduate education at the University of Northern Iowa is determined at a cost per unit, and you can see the current fees listed on this slide here. I want to highlight that the Literacy Education Graduate Program does offer a scholarship. The Reeves Scholarship is offered every year, and we have a wonderful endowment that provides for that scholarship. About 50% of our cohort, and a cohort is typically between 22 and 26 students, are awarded annually the Reeves Scholarship, generally around $1,000. We have other scholarships, and I'll talk about the Dean's Scholarship in a moment. This is a unique offering for part-time graduate work at a distance, and we're really thrilled and grateful that we're able to offer this scholarship to many of our students. The Dean's Fellowship is a recent scholarship that's awarded each year. So currently we have $1,500 scholarships for the fall 2019 available, and application information is online and available currently, and the deadline for application is March 15th for the Dean's Fellowship. So we highly encourage all students to apply for both scholarships. One would not exclude the other, and we want to support you in your graduate work as best we can. So what's your next step? You've heard a little bit about our program, you've met a few of our faculty members and heard about their areas of expertise, and now you've decided this is the program you want to look into. If you have questions, you could certainly contact me, Sarah Vandersanden, and my contact information will be on the next slide. It's also listed on the Continuing Education website and the Literacy Education Program website. But if you're ready to apply, please open up the application page, go to admissions.uni.edu/apply, and there you can see the step-by-step process for admission. You'll need an applicant statement, 2 professional letters of recommendation, a resume, and you'll need to arrange for the writing exam with our office assistant, Michelle Hersberg. You can do the writing exam, which is more of a writing sample, at a distance, or you could make an arrangement to come to the university. We can talk more about that once you decide that you want to apply for the program. Please then send your official transcripts so that we can make sure that your application is complete. And finally, I just want to reiterate and encourage you to please apply for the Reeves Scholarship, and note that those materials need to be received by March 1st for full consideration. Please feel free to contact me, Dr. Sarah Vander Zanden, if you have any questions about the Literacy Education Master's Program. I would love to talk with you about our programming, our content, any concerns or questions you might have as you're making your great decision to pursue graduate work. Thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall.